how to build a shed. How I'm building a shed, I guess, is a better way to talk about this. So I've decided on a 14 by 14 shed. I'm going to use 2 by 6s for the flooring, joist 16 inches on center. So I have this square frame laid out and level. I'm going to set it on these landscaping blocks, which I'll settle a little bit, but that'll be okay. It's going to settle on all four corners as long as I get it set, build it square. So I've just got the outside frame set up, my 4 corner posts set, and then because it's movable I don't have to be anywhere from the fence, but I'm going to have 7 feet so I can store my corrals panels back in there, and then I'll be quite a ways off the other fence so I can set my tractor back in there. Alrighty, now we got the joists all cut. 14 foot minus 3 inches, 165 inches. I'm going to put 2 more posts under the middle here. I'm going to put some over there and blocks, and then we're going. Okay, I think now we're ready to rock and roll. Floor's in place, blocks under each side. I put my joist all the way across. I ran out of 2 by 6s, so I used a couple of 2 by 4s down on this end because it's not going to have any weight on it. The other end I plan on parking my mower under, or mower on, so it'll have a little more weight. But I just checked corner to corner. I'm 237.5, so I know it's all square. I've checked level, and we're ready to sheet it, which is going to be 3/4 inch flooring, or OSB. Now we have the deck mostly installed. I need to go get some more lumber, but 3/4 inch ply. A little bit of a bounce right here, and I had 2 by 4s down on these 2 joists, and I went and got a few more joists. But I also realized part of the bounce is that block is settled a little bit, which I expected. But anyway, sheeting the floor, 3/4 inch OSB, tongue and groove. Tongue and groove's not going together that well, but alright, I put a couple more studs underneath there. No joists, I guess. Those kind of unconventional, but I put one next to that, short it right up, and one right here, kind of in the middle of this stuff, and that made it a lot better, so I'm happy with my floor. I'm gonna finish sheeting it. Away we go. Okay, we are building walls and raising them. So I decided I would go 7.5 foot on the wall, and with a 6 foot base, my siding will hang down exactly 8 feet. Cover, I won't have to cut it or mess around with it. I also framed this wall like you normally would, with one on the end, 16 inch on center all the way out. But then because this is a shed, I just cheated. It's no big deal. I went 15.5 from the very edge to the studs, so these studs will be a 16 inch on center, but I won't have the official corner piece and won't tie it all together officially like the corner. I'll just toenail it top and bottom, call it good. It's, like I said, this is just a shed. It's gonna sit out here and have chickens in it. There's the chickens. They're out here squawking and barking. Alright, here's a quick rundown. I'm gonna make trusses. I need 8 of them. Span 2 feet across a 14 foot by 14 foot shed. So I start with one, I go 2 feet, 7 more to the end. I might make a porch, and if I do that I'm going to need some more. But anyway, it's exactly 14 feet across, 22 inch rise. So this piece in the middle is 15, and I'm at a 12.5 degree angle for all those cuts. And then this is probably 90 minus 12.5. I'm not exactly sure what the angle there is. I just marked it. And I'm going to cut this one out and then mark all the rest of them, cut them out. And I have the chop saw set up at 12.5 degrees to cut all of the pitch or the top pieces. Now we are ready to build trusses. We have some glue. We have a bunch of pieces cut, triangled on the top. We have a bunch of center pieces that I put a triangled edge on. I guess that makes that a little easier to see. Got some square pieces. I'm going to find some long pieces from here. So the process is I'm going to put some glue on it. 2-inch screws. So I got 3/4 inch and 1.5 inches. The 2-inch screws will give me full depth without poking through. Nice and strong. This is my first one. I'm going to make it. Then I'm going to make it into a template. And then I'm going to crank them out. I need to make 12. Alright. Now, alright. I always start out the videos. Alright. Now we're getting serious. I made one truss. Glued it, screwed it all together. I put some of these, flipped it over, put a couple of pieces on both ends to cup and hold the next truss. So now I have a template, and the template is going to allow me to just line everything up. Put this top piece right on top of that other one. You can see the gussets that I screwed in. You can see how this is lined right up. I mean, within a 1/16. I'm building a garden shed here, so we don't need to worry about it too much. And since we last talked, I've been to the table saw and I whacked off a bunch of pieces, 3/4 inch, 11.5 inches long by 4, and that's what I'll put as the glue down over the top of this joint right here. So we are in production at this point. I've cut and cut and cut and ready to, my glue's wet. Alright, here's an update on the shed. I just brought all the rafters out. I hung them up in there upside down. I'm going to orient them and put them on 2-foot centers. Mistake I made is I didn't go up and mark the top plate on 2-foot centers before I put them all up there. So I'll have to slide the tape underneath and mark it. I think I'm going to put a few pieces of siding up to shore this thing up, square it up, keep it from wiggling before I start climbing on it. Okay, I'm hanging siding, so I thought I'd stop and take a little video. So I wanted it to fit perfectly for an 8-foot piece, and I came really close. I thought my floor was going to be 6 inches high, but as it turns out, it's 6 1/4 because of the 3/4 inch floor and a 5.5 inch board. So anyway, I'd done 8 foot minus 6 minus 4.5 for the bottom plate and the top plate. So I'm about 1/4 off, which is fine. I'm gonna hang it low and then cover that top when I put a facing on or fascia.